Hello and welcome to Fleet Street Clinic's guide on how to correctly put on and remove your PPE. First, some formalities. Some of the PPE we'll be showing today may be different to what you're putting on, however, the principle will be the same. The other thing to consider is size. You must make sure that the size of what you're wearing is correct to you. To check, you can check the measurements on the package of your PPE. They'll all come as small, medium and large. It's very important to make sure that it's not too tight or there isn't too much lag. The other thing I would consider as well is doing a buddy system. So I'm going to be assisting my colleague here, Lucy, in putting on her PPE. And we also have a chair just to make things a bit easier. What you'll need? You'll need a coverall or an apron and gown, 2 pairs of gloves, mask and goggles. Now the mask might be different to what you'll be using, but the principle will be the same. First of all, you're going to wash your hands because you need to obviously be using clean hands when you're using your PPE, putting on your PPE. You're going to first of all get your PPE, open the package. You can actually use the package as a ground sheet if in any doubt. And shake it out. So the first thing we'll need to be doing here is sitting down, remove your shoes. Now your coverall may have booties attached to the PPE here. In this case we don't have this, so we're going to put our shoes back on and then apply external booties. If you have external booties already on, you'll still need to put your shoes on and put another pair of coveralls to go over your shoes. So you're going to have to put on external booties. So you're going to lift up your coverall and then put on your booties. It's elasticated, but you still need to tie a bow. And then you feed the coverall back over. Next, you're going to stand up and feed your arms through. And you just want to zip up just a little bit, not all the way up, just a little bit so it's not going to fall down. Perfect. Next thing we're going to put on are your mask and goggles. And again, just to consider that with the mask, if you have, as a gentleman, if you have a beard or stubble, you need to make sure that the mask you're using is okay with your beard. So you're going to apply the mask, cupping the mask over the chin first, over with the straps to the back, and you're going to make sure that the metallic strip there is pushed down, so there's a nice snug fit over the nose and cheeks. It's essential to make sure that there's a nice snug seal all the way around. And again, with the goggles, you're going to apply from the front first. So you're going to make sure there's a nice snug fit and put the strap to the back, and the buddy here can make sure that looks good. There's a nice tight seal around there. Next, you're going to put on your first pair of gloves. Now these are standard hospital non-latex or nitrile gloves. If there's a thumb hook on your overall, at this point, you're going to put the thumb hook over the thumb to make sure the sleeve doesn't ride up. And I think what we'll do here, Lucy, we'll have you stretch out just to make sure, good, that there's no tension there. Wonderful. Next thing we're going to do is put the hood over. So if you're able just to peel the hood over. And again, you're going to make sure that there's a nice snug fit. The buddy here can make sure that there's no hair protruding and that it's snugly fitting over the mask and the goggles. Good, okay. Next we're going to zip all the way up. Then you might need to just put your chin up and the buddy here can make sure. That's it, good, that's nicely tucked underneath the chin. Now, I want you to now just remove the adhesive strip from your outer zip. So this one here, yeah, sometimes it's difficult to see. This is why the buddy can help. Good. and you're going to press down and making sure that's a nice seal there. And you're going to just pop your chin up there just so we can make sure, there we go. Yeah, and then there's another adhesive strip over the throat strap, and looking up you're going to push that down. And the body here again is going to make sure that this is all nice and stark with no obvious gaps. Okay, last but not least, we're going to put your second pair of gloves on. And finally, before you leave, we're going to make sure that there is no tension or any hot spots. So we're going to have you kneel down there, Lucy, and stretch up over your head so that we can make sure there's no rips or tears. That looks good. You are now good to go.